Have you ever heard the story of a man who crowned himself emperor and nearly conquered all of Europe? Today, you'll discover the powerful rise and dramatic fall of Napoleon Bonaparte. And while you listen, you'll also improve your English vocabulary and speaking skills. Let's learn English through one of the most fascinating stories in history. Part 1. The Early Years. Napoleon was born in 1769 on a small island called Corsica, just south of France. He was not rich. In fact, his family struggled with money. But he was clever. He loved to read, especially about history and war. At the age of just 9 years old, Napoleon was sent to military school in France. There, he learned to fight, lead, and most importantly, to think like a general. Part 2. The Rise to Power. When the French Revolution began in 1789, France was in chaos. But Napoleon saw an opportunity. He rose through the military ranks very quickly by winning battles and gaining respect. At only 24 years old, he became a general. By 30, he had enough power to take control of France. But Napoleon wasn't just a soldier. He was also a master of strategy, public image, and ambition. Part 3. Emperor of France. In 1804, Napoleon did something no one expected. He crowned himself Emperor of France in front of the Pope. This shocked the world. But to Napoleon, it meant, I rule by my own power, not by religion or tradition. Soon after, he led war after war, taking over huge parts of Europe. Spain, Italy, Austria, Prussia. Napoleon was unstoppable, or so it seemed. Part 4. Mistakes and Downfall. In 1812, Napoleon made a mistake. He invaded Russia with over 600,000 soldiers. But the Russian winter was brutal. His army froze, starved, and was attacked. Only 10,000 men made it home. This was the beginning of his downfall. Part 5. Exile and Final Return. After losing in Russia, Napoleon's enemies joined forces. He was defeated and sent into exile on the island of Elba, but guess what? 1 year later, he escaped. He returned to France and was welcomed as a hero. This comeback is called the 100 Days, but his return was short. Part 6. Waterloo and Final Fall. In 1815, Napoleon faced his final battle, Waterloo. He lost, and this time he was exiled for good to a faraway island called St. Helena. He died there, alone, in 1821. His story, however, lives on as a symbol of power, ambition, and what happens when you reach too high. Part 7. Vocab Recap and Practice. Let's review 5 key English words from this story. Struggled, to have difficulty. Struggled, to have difficulty. Crowned, officially made a king or emperor. Crowned, officially made a king or emperor. Invade, enter a place with force. Invade, enter a place with force. Exile, to be forced to live away from your country. Exile, to be forced to live away from your country. Brutal, very harsh or violent. Brutal, very harsh or violent. Repeat after me. Napoleon was exiled after a brutal defeat in Russia. Napoleon was exiled after a brutal defeat in Russia. I learned English with history today. Great job! Want to learn more English with true stories from history? Like this video, comment your favorite word, and subscribe for more episodes from Everyday English Lab.